Jai Swaminarayan. What does it truly mean to give something to God? A crown of gold, a mountain of sweets, or just a simple fruit carried with pure love? Sometimes it's not the gifts that matter to God, but the struggle behind it that wins the heart of God. And this is the story of such a gift, a fruit, a boy, and a battle against the mind. Let us go to the green fertile banks of the river Meshwu, in the humble village of Mahudi. There lived a farmer named Jeevan Bhai and his wife Kesar Bai, and their young son Shaluk. This whole family was a devotee of Bhagwan Shree Swaminarayan, and in their farm they grew a local type of melons called chibhadu. One morning, as the sun rose over the melon fields, little Shaluk looked up at his mother with his bright little shining eyes and said, "Ma, I wish that Shriji Maharaj tastes one of our juicy melons. Ma, can I take one of these melons to Shriji Maharaj?" Kesar Bai smiled, her eyes filled with moist and pride. "It would be our great merit if Shriji Maharaj accepts one of our melons." And that night, this Shaluk could not sleep. His heart was filled with complete excitement, and in the next morning, with love in his hands and with faith in his heart, he picked one of the ripest and the most beautiful juicy melon from his field, and he started to walk towards Vartal. It was a dusty path, and he was carrying this melon. It was not just a fruit, he was carrying the prayers, he was carrying the devotion. And while moving towards Vartal, slowly a voice began to whisper in his mind, "Will Maharaj really accept this cheap little fruit? He gets so many rich offerings from wealthy devotees and delicious fruits and delicious food from the wealthy devotees. And what you are carrying, it's just a fruit. Why not to eat it for yourself, Shaluk?" Shaluk's steps slowed down. His mouth watered. Temptation started to come from his mind. He sat under a tree. His little hands reached into that bag which he was carrying and pulled out a small knife. But then another voice, quiet but strong, rose from within and said, "Shaluk, what you are doing? You have picked this fruit for Maharaj. This fruit carries your devotion, your wish, and your love. Are you so weak that you will eat this fruit which you have promised for Maharaj?" Shaluk blinked. A moment of stillness. "No," he said, as if scolding to his own mind. And this melon which he was carrying for Maharaj, he said to his own self, "This melon is only and only for Maharaj, not for anyone else. I have picked this with wholehearted of devotion, and I will definitely and make sure that this melon reaches to Maharaj only." With renewed courage, Shaluk stood up and began to walk again. But the road was too long, and the sun was at a high, and the hunger returned. His stomach growled, his throat dried. Once again, the mind whispered, and the mind said to Shaluk, "Foolish boy, Maharaj won't eat your little melon. He had better food waiting for him. Just eat it for yourself. No one will know what had happened and what you have done, Shaluk." And Shaluk's hand reached towards his back again. But then his heart roared like a lion and said, "No, Shaluk, you are a true child of Shriji Maharaj. You are not a weakling like others in this world. You are not a selfish person." With a firm step and teary eyes, he stood up. Shaluk stood up once again and said, "That's final. This is for Maharaj. Swaminarayan, Swaminarayan, Swaminarayan." He began to chant the name of Maharaj, and without wasting a single moment and without losing even a single word of his mind, he started to run towards Vartal, towards Sriji Maharaj. Through the fields, across the paths, barefooted and tired, but filled with strong determination, "Swaminarayan, Swaminarayan," he chanted with every breath. His heart only saw one Murti, and that is of Bhagwan Shree Swaminarayan. Soon he reached Vartal, where Shriji Maharaj was seated in an assembly. Paramahansas were singing kirtan, devotees were seated in rows. Many devotees were standing in rows to offer rich garments, delicious food, and tasty sweets to Shriji Maharaj. Shaluk saw this big queue of devotees and stood at last. Being the only child in the assembly, he was naturally a little shy, and amongst these rich devotees, who can remain without being shy? Thinking in his mind, when will I get a chance to offer this melon to Maharaj? He was so much excited. But Shriji Maharaj, Bhagwan Shree Swaminarayan, is Antaryami, omniscient and omnipresent. He knew everything. How can Maharaj forget the battle that Shaluk won throughout the way? And then Maharaj looked at Shaluk. His divine grace fell on this little boy, dusty, sweaty, holding this bag close to his chest, carrying juicy melon. With a wave of hand, Maharaj called Shaluk. Shaluk, seeing Maharaj calling him, became very happy, and without wasting a single moment, he immediately rushed towards Shriji Maharaj, fell at the lotus-like feet of Shriji Maharaj, and gently placed this melon on the hands of Shriji Maharaj. Maharaj smiled. Shaluk, what is this? Shaluk said, Maharaj, I brought a juicy melon for you from my field. Maharaj said, so nice. Give me the knife which you have in your bag. I want to eat this melon right now. Everyone in the assembly was awed. Will Maharaj really eat in assembly in front of everyone? But yes, seeing the pure love of this little child Shaluk, Maharaj himself chopped this melon. Slice after slice, Maharaj ate the melon fruit. And at last, as a prasad, Maharaj gave a slice of melon to Shaluk. And then Maharaj kept both of his hands on the head of Shaluk as a token of blessings. Then with divine joy, Shaluk had the prasad of Maharaj. All the santos and devotees watching this divine leela and the grace of Maharaj on this little devotee Shaluk, the whole assembly was burst into applause. Maharaj stood up and addressing the assembly, Maharaj said, Dear saints and devotees, this boy is greater than the deities like Brahma and Indra. He has battled with his mind and conquered it, which even Brahma and Indra could not do so. He fought with his mind. He was wounded many a times, but he never surrendered. He brought this fruit to me with victory in his heart. The crowd was completely stunned. This was no ordinary offering which Shaluk was offering. This was a victory over temptations, a triumph of devotion over desires. Maharaj looked towards Shaluk and said, Shaluk, congratulations. Well done. You did not just bring a melon to me. Shaluk, you brought your heart to me. And you have conquered the whole world by conquering your mind. Dear devotees, what do we take from this divine Charitra? Yes, indeed, the Charitra is about a simple fruit, but it reflects a struggle we all knew too well. We all carry a melon in our lives, something small yet sacred, something we once wished to offer to God. Maybe it's a daily niyam, maybe it's the seva we promise to Maharaj, a small donation, a moment of prayer, a desire to wake up early in the morning for puja, a sankalp to read scriptures. But then the world around us whispers. The world says, later, you are tired today. This won't matter much to you. Others are already doing it. Why to put this hard work and effort in the small thing? And slowly, the offering we once held with devotion starts to fade away, gets delayed, and even sometimes forgotten. We postpone our bhakti and we negotiate even with our own soul. But Shaluk's Charitra reminds us the real battle is not in the outside world, but the real battle lies within. And those who fight the battle of the mind wins the heart of God. Shaluk did not give a simple fruit to Maharaj. Shaluk gave Maharaj a war won by faith, devotion, determination. So let us ask ourselves, what is our melon? What offering is lying inside our heart, waiting to be delivered to Bhagwan Swaminarayan? Let us stop waiting. Let us rise. Let us walk. And even when our mind tempts us, let us chant Swaminarayan, Swaminarayan. We pray at the lotus feet of Bhagwan Shree Swaminarayan to bless us with a heart like Shaluk's, steady in faith, unshaken in struggles, eager to offer and always ready to perform your seva. Let our will to serve you never be delayed or defeated, and may every promise we make reach at your lotus feet. Thank you. Jai Swaminarayan.